So, Ben, how are you?
Fine. And you?
I'm good. Oh,
Well, that was riveting.
exactly. And that, my friends, is a prime example of small talk gone spectacularly, painfully wrong. Welcome back to the MA English Cafe, where today we're tackling the art, or perhaps the existential dread, of mastering small talk beyond just, how are you?
The universal struggle. It's like a social minefield. You step into a room, you see someone you vaguely know, and suddenly your brain goes blank. All you can think is, don't just say how are you, don't just say how are you, and then inevitably you blurt out, how are you?
And then they say, fine, and you're trapped in this conversational cul-de-sac. It's truly a skill many lack, especially for us English learners, isn't it? We want to have English conversations, but where do you even start when, hi, how are you, leads nowhere?
Precisely. We often focus on English grammar and English vocabulary, which are crucial, of course. But then you're in a real-life situation and suddenly all your perfect verb tenses vanish, replaced by the crushing weight of an impending awkward silence.
It's almost worse when you try to be interesting and it flops. Like that time I asked someone at a party, so, what's your deepest fear? The silence was so profound, you could hear crickets chirping. Indoors.
Or when I tried to use an idiom I just learned, I told my new boss, well, that project certainly hit the nail on the head, but it's not really my cup of tea. He just stared at me. I think he thought I was insulting his afternoon beverage choice. My English phrases definitely needed work that day.
Oh, Ben. See, this is why mastering small talk is crucial in social and professional life. It's not just about filling silence. It's about making connections, breaking the ice, and showing genuine interest. It's about being comfortable in real English situations.
And it's a huge part of building English fluency. If you can confidently navigate those quick, light exchanges, it boosts your overall confidence in English conversation. No more sweating bullets every time you meet someone new.
So, today we're going to offer tips and tricks for starting and ending conversations. We'll show you how to ask interesting questions and how to go beyond those stereotypical answers, because nobody wants to just say, fine, their whole life.
And we promise this isn't going to be some dry academic lecture. We're going to act out some funny instances of failed small talk, probably drawing from our own painful experiences, and hopefully make you laugh along the way. Because the practical aspect of this is key, and the humor will make it enjoyable.
Think of it as your secret weapon for your next party, networking event, or even just waiting for your coffee. We're going to help you turn those awkward pauses into engaging moments.
And since we're all about engagement here at the MA English Cafe, we have a quick request. If you're finding this episode helpful or just getting a good chuckle, please hit that like button right now. It really helps us out.
And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the MA English channel. Join our growing community of English learners who are ready to take their English skills to the next level. We've got so many more helpful and entertaining episodes coming your way.
So, put down your how are you scripts and get ready to upgrade your conversational English. We're about to dive into some gold.
All right, so we've established that how are you is the conversational equivalent of hitting a brick wall. So what's our first big tip for mastering small talk?
It's all about the open-ended question, Ben. Instead of asking something that can be answered with a simple yes or no, or just fine, ask something that invites the other person to elaborate.
Give me an example. I'm still stuck on my weather talk script. It's quite cloudy today, isn't it?
Riveting, Ben, truly riveting. Instead of just, how was your weekend? Try, what was the highlight of your weekend? Or, did you do anything interesting over the weekend? This invites a story, not just a one-word answer.
Ah, that's clever. It forces them to give you something more to work with.
It's like you're handing them a conversational ball instead of a tiny deflated balloon.
Exactly. Or in a professional setting, instead of how's work, try what's the most interesting project you're working on right now, or what's been challenging you lately. This shows genuine interest and curiosity.
So the key is to ask questions that require more than a factual answer. They should invite opinion, experience, or emotion. It's about getting to that real English interaction.
Another great trick is to comment on the shared environment. If you're at an event, you could say, "This is a beautiful venue, isn't it? Have you been here before?" Or, "The catering here is surprisingly good. What do you think?"
Thinking aloud, so you're not putting them on the spot about their personal life, but you're giving them something concrete to react to. That's smart. It's less intimidating.
Precisely. It's low pressure, but it opens the door to further conversation. You might discover a shared interest in architecture, food, or event planning. This is where your English vocabulary can shine.
What about when you've exhausted all the safe topics and you're still looking for something to talk about? My brain usually goes straight to existential philosophy at that point, which, trust me, does not help small talk.
Probably not. Here's where you can use observations with a question. For instance, if someone is wearing an interesting piece of jewelry, that's a really unique necklace. Does it have a story behind it? Or if they mentioned something earlier, you mentioned you were traveling next month. Where are you headed?
So you're picking up on cues and showing you were listening, which always makes people feel valued. That's much better than just staring blankly.
And don't be afraid to share a little bit about yourself that relates to their answer. If they talk about their trip, you can say, "Oh, I've always wanted to go there. My favorite travel memory was when..." This makes it a two-way street.
It avoids the interview dynamic. Nobody wants to feel like they're being interrogated. It's a conversational English dance, not a quiz.
Exactly. And remember, small talk isn't about deep, meaningful discussions. It's about light, pleasant exchanges that build rapport. It's the warm-up act before the main show.
So we're not aiming to solve world peace during small talk, just trying to avoid that awkward silence where everyone's secretly checking their phones.
Which, as we all know, is the pinnacle of human connection. But seriously, these tips help you move beyond those generic questions and start truly engaging. They'll boost your English comprehension in real time.
And as you practice these English tips, you'll find your English speaking practice becomes more natural, more fluid. It's like exercising a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger it gets.
And speaking of getting stronger, if you're feeling more confident about small talk after these tips, give us another boost. Hit that like button right now if you haven't already.
And make sure you're subscribed to the MA English channel. We're here every week to help you improve English skills, tackle real-life challenges, and have a good laugh while you're at it. Join our community.
So, Ben, we've talked about how to start a conversation and keep it going, but just as important is knowing how to gracefully end one. Nobody wants to be the person who gets trapped or traps someone else.
Ah, the dreaded conversational hostage situation. Yes, please tell me more about your stamp collection from 1987. I have nowhere else to be for the next 3 hours.
Exactly. So, tip number 1 for ending conversations tactfully, use a bridge phrase. This is a polite way to signal you're moving on without being abrupt. Something like, "Well, it was great chatting with you," or "I really enjoyed our conversation."
Simple but effective. It sets the stage for the exit. What's next?
You can follow up a bridge phrase with a reason to leave, if appropriate, and brief. For example, "It was great chatting, but I need to grab another drink." Or, "I've enjoyed our talk, but I should go say hello to person's name."
So you're not making an excuse, but you're giving a gentle signal. This is part of the art of rejecting tactfully, really, but applied to the conversation itself.
Absolutely. Or, if you want to be extra smooth, you can suggest a future interaction. "It was great catching up. We should connect again soon." Or, "I'd love to hear more about X sometime." This leaves the door open without making a firm commitment you might not keep.
That's especially good for networking or professional events. It keeps the connection without forcing the current conversation to drag on forever.
And remember, the goal isn't to be cold or dismissive. It's about being efficient and respectful of everyone's time. Small talk is a warm-up, not a marathon.
What about when someone else is doing all the talking and you just can't get a word in edgewise? How do you gracefully escape that?
The monologue trap. This is where you might need to interject with a polite interruption. Excuse me for a moment, but I just saw someone I needed to speak with quickly. Or, I hate to interrupt, but I have to run. A quick, polite apology. Then make your exit.
Firm, but not rude. It's about valuing your personal space and time management. And it prevents those negative psychological and health effects of feeling trapped or overwhelmed.
Exactly. Being able to set these subtle boundaries is crucial for healthy relationships and avoiding burnout. It's all part of self-care and becoming more assertive in your daily English interactions.
This is great for anyone learning business English too. These skills are essential for navigating professional events and building rapport. And for academic English, knowing how to engage in polite conversation before or after a lecture can be incredibly helpful.
So whether you're a beginner English speaker trying to learn basic English phrases or an advanced English learner refining your English pronunciation and idioms and phrases, mastering small talk is a game changer. It's about making your English conversation feel more natural and confident.
And remember, the more you practice English speaking in these real-life scenarios, the more comfortable you'll become. These English lessons are all about practical application.
We hope this episode has helped you feel more confident about stepping into any social situation and truly mastering small talk. It's a valuable English skill that will boost your fluency and make your life a lot less awkward.
Thank you so much for joining us at the MA English Cafe today. We love connecting with you all.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep chatting. See you next time.